Hello Marine Biology class. We are here to tell you all about the Raritan Sandy Hook Bay and the SAVs that live there.
And the effects we have on this beautiful ecosystem.
To start off our project, I will give you a little background information on the Raritan and Sandy Hook Bay. The bays are located on the southern portion of Lower New York Bay between New York and New Jersey, and is a part of the New York Bight. The bay is bounded on the northeast by New York, Staten Island, New Jersey, and on the south side by the Raritan Bay shore communities of Monmouth County, New Jersey, and on the east by Sandy Hook Bay. And behind us is a picture of the Raritan Bay and the Sandy Hook Bay.
SAV stands for submerged aquatic vegetation. Some of the SAVs found in the bays are eelgrass, seagrass, sago pondweed, horned pondweed, and widgeon grass.
And again, behind us is a picture of eelgrass. And eelgrass is a shelter for many marine animals and is a source of food for them. It's at the base of the food chain. Eelgrass beds filter excess nutrients out of the water and help prevent shoreline flooding and erosion by stabilizing sediment and buffering wave action. Because it requires specific amounts of light and clean water, the presence of eelgrass is an indicator of healthy water quality, which right now with the pollutants in the water is making the eelgrass population go down.
Widgeon grass is a grass that has submerged portions. It provides habitats for many microinvertebrates. These invertebrates that then are used as food by fish and other wildlife species. It is also used by ducks for shelter to protect themselves.
Unfortunately, there are many threats to the bay's SAVs. Industrial uses near the water have resulted in the release of toxins including heavy metals, copper, hydrocarbons, PCBs, and PAHs. The sediments in western Raritan Bay were found to be relatively toxic, with little toxicity to the east, closer to the harbor entrance. Oil and chemical spills in the bays and surrounding areas are a common reason for the declining SAV rate. Nutrients, organic matter, and suspended soils enter the water from sewage plants. The western Raritan Bay also had some of the lowest bottom water dissolved oxygen concentrations in the harbor, which is also causing to threaten the SAVs.
If you lose these SAVs, we will lose many fish species, which will not only affect the bay's ecosystem, but could have an effect on commercial fishing as well.
Fortunately, there are many state or local agencies to research about the SAVs. Some of these agencies are Stevens Fishery Conservation and Management Act, which is seen behind me, Fish and Wildlife Coordination Act, Federal Power Act, Energy Policy Act, Deepwater Port Act, and National Environmental Policy Act. These different acts and agencies are here to protect the bay's SAVs and different organisms. With these agencies, we will hopefully be protected and conserved through these acts.
In 1998, the spatial distribution of eelgrass declined rapidly because of a macroalgal bloom which created a drifting mat of algal detrital. Seagrass survival and distribution have been used as indicators of long-term water quality within the system, and has been suggested that they are a parameter of coastal ecosystems' health.
The future for the SAVs will have to rely on the conservation of the bays. The way the bays will be conserved is through constructing marinas and residential areas in the few remaining areas of undeveloped marsh and coastlands along the Raritan Bay shore. This will help keep the organisms in the water safe and untouched. Also, to keep eelgrass around, we are going to have to fix the poor water quality. This can be done by making the water more balanced for the eelgrass and the other SAVs. To prevent the oil spills, oil industries use of best management practices, training programs, equipment maintenance, and strict rules to industry standards. And government regulations is a great way to prevent oil spills. Government support and oversight is needed to evaluate techniques and materials to decrease the frequency and impacts of the spills. And behind us is another picture of Sandy Hook Bay.
Thank you. And have a nice
Thank you.
day.
And awkwardly on our bruises.
Alright,